I am live, live. Make sure I got all the correct hashtaggies to let everybody know that I'm live. Hopefully, you guys could hear me. What's going on, Bob? It's another exciting day in crypto. I'm telling you, in crypto, there you typically don't have a dull moment. Blast cat. All right, good. I'm glad that you could hear me. I want to make sure the audio it is good. What's going on, Crypto Zero? What increased TVL price as well as how many tokens that's currently on the chain. So you probably let me get it pulled up so that way you can see it. DeFi Llama. All right. So if you look at the TVL now on Shibarium, it's showing that it's lower. The reason why it's showing that it's lower now because the price of bone, because a part of the TVL, like what they have in their liquidity pool, is one part of it is bone, the other part of it is whatever token it is. That's currently for at least for this chain here. So that's what makes up TVL. Early on, no, actually, Bone was at a higher price. If we take a look back in, okay, like for example, the August 29th of 2024, 2023. Let's take a look at Bone at that time. So August, where is August at? Oh, over here. See, August. It was roughly like around. It's August 27th. So it was roughly around like $1.20. But there was less projects that was on Shibarium at that time. Now that we have more project, that just means we have more bone. So it's a it's a fine lining or a delicacy as far as when it comes to it. But the price of bone was at least higher than what it is right now. It was at like $1.20. So this is coming along as long as we see again Shiba Swap 2.0, then we get the liquid staking. That's all gonna affect the TVL. So that's why I say like, hey, I would definitely love to see like a huge TVL on Shibarium, because if we see a huge TVL, then that means there's more bone that's locked away, and eventually it's gonna cause the price to also go up higher as well too, as more demand comes. But I know I say 50 million. Realistically, like if we could achieve something like Blast, they at 1.1 billion in TBL. Like this would, if we had $1 billion of TVL on Shibarium, the price of bone would be nuts. Polygon, they have 1 billion as well. Optimism, 994. Base, 672. even Pulse Chain, if you take a look at it, Pulse Chain 620. But all of these, they started off with big VCs, like VCs coming in, raising the money. So as they raised the money, they were able to get all of this accumulated. Now for us, we're everything is community, and I even see like when people like criticize like RTVL, like, well, what the team is doing, like all of this requires millions and billions of dollars. You know, you might be right. You know, Binance might be looking at TVL because as soon as Blast came out, because the first day Blast came out, they did over 2 billion in TVL, and immediately they integrated them. So if you're looking at it from a standpoint as far as like, hey, they're a business and they're coming to Shibarium and they're seeing like, oh, this thing, because at the time we only had like under $1 million, it almost looks to them like it might be a dead chain. Because if you're going to compare it to all the other layer twos, like Arbitrum 3 billion, BSC 5 billion, Tron, these are all other chain 9 billion. But all of this was purposely done, and I think right now, if we're gonna is well, let me say it this way: as long as it's successful, as far as with the Shiba Swap 2.0, when the launch of that, them not releasing it during the bear market was probably the best thing, because now you're getting people excited, you're getting money flowing into the market, then all of a sudden we get boom, a high TVL or high liquidity injected into Shibarium. Then once that happened, you're gonna get people FOMO in it. That's one thing about people when it comes to FOMO. Like and this is what I'm super confident in as far as when it comes to the Sheep Army. Like that's why I said we have over. Let me see what's the numbers right now. We have over what? Let's wait for this to pull up. We have close to 1.4 million holders on chain. And one thing I know about when it comes to human psychology or human behavior, the fear of missing out, that is something that we all struggle with. Even I struggle with it sometimes. I try to be as disciplined as I can when it comes to investing. So once they start to see the price of bone start going up and people start getting excited, majority of this 1.4 million, they're gonna FOMO in as well too. So this is why I say like I have no doubt in my mind when it comes to bone, it's gonna do well because this is a part of the ecosystem. So let them say, hey, Binance listed, and we actually seen just a little bit of FOMO too, just within the last month. This right here, especially this big buy right here that pushed it all the way to $1.70, that was straight FOMO. What's a VC? Venture capitalist. So someone who's investing into like a company. So that's a VC. ASAP, what's going on? But yeah, but that's why I say like for me, I know for sure when it comes to human psychology, human pattern, human behavior, like majority, and also you got to also think too about when it comes to how Shiba Inu came to be about. All the people that bought right here, guess what they did? They FOMOed into Sheeb. So this already lets you know like who is in Sheeb. So when it comes to Bone, when Bone start having its rip, and I even predict as far as like when we're really gonna see once we start breaking this all time, not even all time high, when we start breaking this highs right here, when bones start getting into like the $3.50, $4, then it's gonna probably start skipping up to $4, $5, $6. Then you're gonna start seeing people rushing it like, oh my god, people are gonna think like 100 is gonna come the next day, and they're gonna FOMO in, and that could even push us up to like 15, 20, $30. And all of it is gonna be circumstantial. based upon if we're already with like a Binance listing or if we're getting back to back huge listings, how many tokens is around. So there's so many different factors that come into play with it. Um, and that's why, like, for me, whenever I'm trying to make predictions, I'm always looking at it from a bigger time frame, because that I could predict from a bigger time frame versus from a shorter time frame when there's so many things that could happen randomly. But it's crazy though, like just how much red we see in the market just within 24 hours. And this is what I was telling people. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch the video yet, but maybe I should pin that. Pin this to my profile. All right. So I was essentially, because one thing you got to know when it comes to crypto, what is the leader? And by now, everybody should know that Bitcoin is the leader. So whatever direction Bitcoin goes, that is where typically the overall market is going to go as well too. So Bitcoin, as soon as it started having, as soon as it crossed below, what, like 70,000, I made this tweet right here talking about like, the rule of thumb that you should know, like whatever crypto is going parabolic, just like spiking the highest, if Bitcoin start to have like a downward pressure, not in all cases, but in most cases, you're gonna see retracements on these assets. So, and the retracements tend to be bigger than what any other assets, because look, if we take a look at just some of the bigger names that's currently down, this is from the top 100. Let me get here. Like Boink down 13%. You got Doge 9%, Sheeb 8.7%, Floki 6%. And especially the more higher up, because the more higher up that you are on this right here, the more risky of a play you are. So if we get the 200s, you got Meme down 9.2% on the day. Luna 8.6. And of course, we're getting even higher. Trump down 21% on the day. MOG or MOG 24%. Myro 17%. Rat 15%. PopCat 23%. People. And these are considered like all the memes, or most of the memes. So that's something that you get, because those are more speculative plays. So people are getting into it, not really trying to hold it long term, just looking to try to have a good time. So once the market turns, they're gonna turn as well too. So here we go. Boba, Elon, ladies, Win, like all of these, like these Bitcoin. There's even a meme coin Bitcoin down 20% as well too. Nice. Will Slayer said he made 1,000 on bomb. I don't even know how to spell it. Bomb. I know it's like Book of Meme or something like that. This morning took profit and dumped it on some other. So he took the money and ran. Yeah, and that's what you got to do with the memes. You take your money and you wait till it crash and crash and burn. Wait till more stable pricing, then get in on it. And that's what I said about 9 months ago too, guys. Uh, I made this video only at the time. I think more people probably watched it now. Or let me turn that now. But at the time I made this video 9 months ago, I pointed out to people like, hey, I get it. You're trying to get in these memes, but being early on meme coins, if you're not super early, may not be the best thing. like with Bomb, like it was already listed on so many exchanges. I seen Crypto.com, NBXC. So those are a little bit more safer as far as just to be able to snipe in. But for the ones that's having like pre-sale launches or you know, or just only on one exchange, they tend to the risk factor on those tend to be a lot higher. So when people were going crazy with the Ben.eth, the PSYOP token, Pepe, I was saying, hey, the best thing to do, especially um, during this bear market, because at the time when it was the bear market, is to wait till these tokens start dropping and start consolidating and buying these tokens, these meme tokens, right before, like a little closer to the Bitcoin halving. And some of the ones that I was mentioning, all did, I'll mention Lady, I mentioned Pepe, I mentioned there was so many, like you guys would just have to watch this video right here. But spot on. When I mean spot on, as far as what I was saying 9 months ago, this is exactly the same thing that we saw happen in just the last week or so. And some of the tokens that I bought, they did very, very well. So, but I'm glad you made $1,000 though. That is nice, especially for in a day. Those things start to compound if you think about it. Make 1,000 a day, make 1,000 tomorrow, and you probably would have a pretty nice year based upon the compounding effect of it. Any tokens you guys are watching? In fact, let me get the bomb token pulled up. See what it's doing right now. Oh, so it was actually a Solana project. What level did you get in on? This is crazy. So yeah, you getting in within the first couple of minutes. It's like the first 15 minutes of a launch. Or was it at? That was at, wow, four zeros. One, two, three, four zeros. So you could have literally, see. I'm always looking for like the best risk reward. So slapping $100 into this at 4 zeros 5, that would have got me 2 million tokens. And currently right now it's at 0.2083. So $100 turned into $16,000. That's a pretty good trade. Turning anything to any profit is a good trade. So this definitely did its thing, and I seen when it got added onto Crypto.com. Guys, you do me a huge favor so that way we could get this stream out to more people. Make sure you hit that like button as you're coming in, guys. Hit that like button. You're not lying. So Will Slayer said it might honestly be worth just throwing $100 on every Solana meme that comes out. 100%. Like especially if you're gonna be early on it, just like how you were, that's a nice little nice return. What's your thought on K9? I am extremely bullish on K9, and I'm bullish on it due to the fact that K9 is actually serving bone. I'm trying to find the video that I made, guys, before. I think I made it sometime either in March of 2023 or February 2023. And this was before Shibarium was launched. And one of the things that I specifically said, I said, whatever project that comes onto Shibarium that offer liquid staking like Lido, they're gonna blow up. That's exactly what I said. I said because at the time I didn't know who was gonna come on Shibarium or whatever, but I just know when it comes to Lido, like the big effect, like how it is helping Ethereum. This is a proven strategy, not even strategy. This is a proven token within the ecosystem and how valuable it is. So the value that this add to Ethereum, like people are not seeing it because it creates volume. So not only when you stake your Ethereum for and get the LSD version of Ethereum, that's essentially Ethereum that you're using, but you're able to spend it, move it around, so your money in itself is not just stuck in one place. There's so many different avenues, and that's exactly what K9 Finance is doing with a little bit more. So this is why I'm like extremely bullish on it because I was already bullish on the concept of whatever project I was doing it, and K9 so happened to be the one, and they're gonna be able to put Shibarium on another level too, because I like what Satoshi Kusama did with them, because now they're something dealing with acquisition. I may be saying it wrong, but it's as far as onboarding new projects onto Shibarium. Now they have ties, um, because I know Buzz, he has some type of connection with not directly, I don't think directly, but I think he have some type of connection with VB because that's how the team met with them. It was at the ETH Toronto conference. So they know other developers. They could onboard them onto Shibarium, and as more and more projects come onto Shibarium, that takes away more bone from the circulating supply, and putting that onto Shibarium, and that's also gonna cause volume. Let me pull up BSC scan so that way you guys could see because the more project. Let me go here. So BSC scans. All right, if we look at top tokens on BSC scans, what you're seeing right here is all the different tokens that own BNB. And notice the top projects that own BNB as the token. These are all different projects. You have the Binance Peg Doge, Binance Peg Avalanche, Binance Peg Shiba Inu. You got Tron, Maddox, Pepe, like all of these, and they tell you like how much of it do they own. But if we're able to see, I think I'm in the wrong place. Hold on, I might be in the wrong place. Top token, top accounts. I'm sorry. This is it right here. These are the top accounts that owns BNB. And again, these are projects. These wallets right here, you even had some, fake phishing wallet. They own 48,000 BNB. Tornado Cash, 100 BNB, like all of these different wallets. And this is what we're gonna want to see too, because as you get more projects onto Shibarium, those projects they're gonna be the one that's essentially gonna own a lot of bone, and a lot of time, or a majority of, probably 99% of the time, these numbers they're not gonna be as they're gonna be stable. What's the latest on Bone vote on Binance? Last time I checked, man, and that thing started getting depressing because I saw some people were taking their votes away. I think we gotten down. Let me check. Um, see if I could pull up a VPN on my phone so I can check. But yeah, last time I checked, we're maybe like dropped to like number 6 or something like that. Oh, like come on, she barred me. I wish I could vote though. I really wish I could vote. I'm checking it right now on my phone. If I get this VPN to start working. Yep, I guess I'll just wait till this VPN finish loading up because it's not loading. Yeah, I'm excited to see where K9 goes and how it helps the ecosystem, but it's definitely like a big boost to the ecosystem. And anybody that's like that's bearish on it, I'm like, yo, you guys, if especially if you're a bone holder, like this is what you want to see. And also, if you bought into any of these early Shibarium projects, this is the type of volume that we've been looking for. Because this is some things that people gloss over when it comes to K9 finance. Because those bone that you have, let's say, because they're going to be a validator. So you stake your bone over, your bone is going to stay in that bridge contract. But what it's going to do though, when you stake it versus, because all the tokens right now that's currently being staked uh, right now is not doing anything. They're just collecting rewards, which is, I mean, I'm not saying it's not doing anything, but you can't do anything other than getting rewards from it. But once you stake it with K9 Finance for them being a validator, it's going to give you K9 Bone. So K9 Bone is all it is just bone that's on Shibarium. So now you could take that K9 Bone and buy other projects with, let's say if you want to buy another token, you could swap it out for that. Um, you can buy NFTs. Pretty sure they're gonna do like metaverse with it. They're gonna be incorporating anything. And essentially, again, keep in mind, K9 Bone is bone. It's just the version of your bone that's currently being staked, but it's on Shibarium. So this is the liquidity aspect that it adds. It's allowing people to be able to buy, you know, other projects, metaverse, spend whatever they want to spend with it, whatever to whatever project that's currently out. So that brings the liquidity aspect of it, and also it locks away the bone that's on the layer 1, because the price of bone is measured on what it's doing on the layer 1. So that's the other exciting aspect of it too. Because if we, and this is why I always say, like, if we get more bone taken away from the layer 1, then we're gonna have less supply over here. And once big exchanges start getting those volume, then it's gonna affect the price of bone in a positive direction to make it go even faster, like going up even faster, because the supply is a lot lower. Well, Slayer, 100%. That's 100%. Like if you're a bone holder, like you should be looking like, wow, canine finances. This is what we needed, and that's why like I'm super excited, and it makes me even more bullish on bone. So when I see people talking about like, oh, the team's not doing anything, like what? Oh man, they added some new functions on here. All right, let's take a look at our top accounts. Top account right now is like we need to see this number right here decrease significantly. The reason why we want to see this number decrease because this is just let you know how much is currently like on chain. So 246 million bones is currently on chain, which is what I mean on well not on chain but on the layer one. If we could see this number right here drop down to like maybe give or take like in the 50s or even lower, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good day for bone holders. It's been a minute since I looked at this stuff. I want to say this right here is burnt. This is considered the burnt bone. I remember, I think Dog Swap, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say Dog Swap or Dog Pad. The bone that they had because they created their own rap version of bone. Um, and at the time, I think it was like 100 or something thousand. I could be wrong. Oh no, there it is right here. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, my numbers might be a little bit wrong. Yeah. So this bone right here, yeah, they burnt it to the dead wallet. So this bone is gonna get stuck onto this dead wallet on the layer two. I definitely want to create some type of contract. Now I'm not a contract creator or anything like that, but I want to learn how to create something that would automate it automatically just burn bone. There's one contract that I saw that was done on BSC. It's a stable coin, appreciating stable coin, and I always pitch this idea, but each transaction on it, I would like it to just automatically just burn bone. Contract would just be like it will be renounced. It's working on itself. I don't get anything for it, but just to be able to see people who want to go into like a appreciating stable asset, but at the same time it burns bone. When do you think Shiba will start to grow? Well, it's already growing. Like Shiba Inu, it's coming out of this consolidation period. So the fact that it broke out, like this is a very bullish sign for Shiba. It broke this consolidation, and of course, it came right to a resistance area. Like, look at this peak right here, and look where we peaked at as well. All this is just it's meeting resistance area. But keep in mind, this is one rule that you should always think as far as like when it comes to any asset. Or let me retract that. Not any asset, but top tier asset. So if you look at Shiba Inu, it's in the top 20, number 11. So assets that's closer to Bitcoin tend to follow Bitcoin a little bit fluently. So if Bitcoin is going up, then there shouldn't be that far of a delay for that asset to go up as well too. I'm talking I'm talking about strictly directional, not percentage wise. I'm not saying if Bitcoin gets up to
Roki 8000 subscribed to the channel.
appreciate that sub Roki 8,000. Um, what was I saying? Oh, the direction. So if Bitcoin is going up, then the assets that tend to be around, close to Bitcoin, they're going to start to go up as well too. So if Bitcoin, just think about it this way: if Bitcoin or when Bitcoin gets to 200,000 or even 100,000, then these assets that's close with it, they're going to be going up in the same direction. So that's what it always been. But as far as time frame, it could happen anytime because like we just seen this big spark in the meme market out of nowhere. But it could happen as long as Bitcoin continue to keep going up. So hopefully that answers the question. Yeah, I finally heard the robot. That's what kind of it kind of shook me. I was like, "Whoa, what's this sound?" I would love that. So Shabs M says, reading between the line, I think Shiba Swap 2.0 happening in the next month or two. I would love that because we're talking about after having, and also this is one thing that I noticed with other projects. They tend to drop after the Bitcoin halving or the same month of the Bitcoin halving. I want to say Solana was dropped maybe like a month after the Bitcoin halving. ADA, I want to say it was like a month after or the month of. There's been a lot of project that did very well that dropped right at the halving. So that would definitely be a good thing for us. I know this is JP said. I know this may be off subject. Hey, nothing's off subject tonight when it comes to crypto. So we're just sitting and just chatting. So you could ask any question, any crypto, bone, any other asset. So just throwing that out there. But he said, is it possible that we could see a $50 bone after 7 months? Then maybe by 2028 we could finally see a $500 bone. 2028. More likely not. Or for the first question, as far as a $50 bone, it's very possible. And the thing is, these are the factors that we can't predict. We know we're gonna get a Binance listing because or else they wouldn't have put us on their website even as a consideration. Um, so we know that's gonna happen. And the way that exchanges tend to happen, as far as what exchanges see, is monkey see, monkey do. So one exchange lists Bone, that's top tier like a Binance. Then you're gonna see the other smaller ones that are gonna do it. Then eventually we'll see a Coinbase listing as well too. So if those happen on just its merit, we could get close, and it all depends on the FOMO level as well too. Where's Bitcoin at that current time? Is Bitcoin hitting all time highs as well? So there's so many different factors. But I know for sure though, at least 99%, if we see Shiba Swap 2.0, that's dropping and that drops, and we have a big TVL count, meaning more projects are getting added, more dollar amount is being added to Shibarium, that's going to squeeze the supply that's currently out, then we're going to see a huge pop. Because you got to also account, like I was saying in the beginning, got to account for the close to 1.4 million Shiba Inu holders. Even though some of them say like, hey, I'm only pro Shi, but once bones really start to fly, a lot of them they probably will swap out a sheep, or some would just come with fresh new capitals just to be able to catch in on the hype. Like it happens time and time again. So then the second question was, then maybe by 2028 we could finally see a $500 bone. To be honest with you, after 2025, I would hold some bone, but I tend to always like each cycle find a new asset. So as far as me rocking with bone all the way to 2028, the the likelihood of that happening is probably slim to none. I probably just hold just a piece, but I'm not gonna be holding way to 2028 or even selling to then reinvest into bone by 2028. Because that's why I never went back to ADA. That was one of my early assets that I got into. Dogecoin, that was early. I never rebought them. Um, Tron, haven't bought them since 2017, 2018. Bitcoin Cash, I haven't went back to that. So I'm always looking for the next thing because for some reason, I tend to do find pretty good assets during a bear market, going into a bull market, and I tend to do well. What What do you think? What do I think about Pepe? I like Pepe because it's a meme. Shiba Inu meme token. So I like Pepe, but am I buying Pepe at these levels? Absolutely not. Because I feel like if I buy Pepe right now, I'm literally buying at the top. And whenever I trade or I invest, I am very, very I'm very, very cautious. I'm like risk averse. If I buy right here, I feel like I'm buying at the top. And even though it may have a potential to keep going up higher, I would rather miss buying Pepe at these levels, letting it go without me. If I jump into it, I would love to see like a huge pullback followed by some consolidation, to that way I could at least have a peace of mind like, okay, you know, this makes a little bit more sense. So for me, anytime I buy any crypto asset, when it comes to memes as well too, risk is always my number one concern. Because if I buy it here, push come to shove, it still has all this room to come down. And this is roughly about a 90% drop. So if I put $100 into it, when it's all said and done and it comes back down to the last support area, which is roughly right here, I could only have $10 in my account. But for the people who was putting even more, let's say 1,000, you're looking at $100. 10,000, you're only looking at $1,000. So risk for me is my number one concern. But as far as what do I think about Pepe, I do like Pepe as an asset. I would like to see Binance listing come after the liquidity event. I would be mad if it's sooner, but hopefully that'll give us a chance to get more. Yeah, 100%. Because if the listing of Binance come after the liquidity event, then that's less bone that's available to the open market. Because with the liquidity event, that requires those projects that's coming in to already acquire bone. So it definitely will make it go higher. Is it possible they saw the publicity they were getting by being on Binance Future and they just capitalized, but go ahead and pay the listing nowhere near 100K holders? Um, I was looking a little bit more into it. Prior to their Binance listing, they were on Coinbase. So I don't know if that holds any bigger value than, the 100K holdings, because this is what CZ had said. Because someone had asked them flat out, like, "Hey, what are the requirements for Binance listing?" And I was on one of the spaces. He was like 100K list, 100K on chain holder count. That was the key thing that I heard from that. So bone pumping. Oh snap! What's happening here? Let's go. Hey, is it because of this live? Because this would be like two for two. Because last time when I did a live, we did see a Shiba Inu pump. So maybe I'm causing this. What you guys think? You think I'm causing this? I'm in the background telling them, "Hey, buy up bone. Let's make this live more fun." Yeah, this is nice. Nice little pumpy. What are your thoughts on Cat Girl coin? I never heard of Cat Girl coin. Let's take a look at it. BNB. Yo, I've been rugged so many times on the BNB chain. Like I hate any token that's on BNB now. Like when I'm talking, like I've been rugged too many times. But this is having a nice run up though. This actually makes me a little bit more interested, even though it's on the BNB chain, and that's like normally red flag number one. Let's see how the liquidity is. Is the liquidity lock? What's going on with that? Let's see. All right, let's take a look at the liquidity of it. No lock liquidity. Oh, so it's not on this chain. All right. That just means it's not locked with them. So who are they locked with? Team Finance. Let's see if it's locked there. But if liquidity is locked on this, I could, I wouldn't mind slapping $20, $100 into this and just see where it goes. And the real reason behind it too, because this been around since 2021, you know, so it has this pumpability. That's what I call it, like this pumpability. So if it did it before, it could 100% do it again. Not saying it'll get all the way to its all-time highs, but it could have a big pump like this. So I definitely like charts that have history, because now if I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh, why not slap $100 into it? Because it's stupidly low to the point if it even get even halfway to its all-time highs, then you're looking at 100x. So $100 turned into $10,000. Like those are the type of odds that I'm looking for. So I like this. I appreciate you for bringing this to my attention. So I'll definitely probably next week or so just slap $100 into it and just see where it goes. LOL coin pump up to 600%. Book a meme. LOL, I put 1,000 on it from crypto app and it hits to 1 cent and I sold it, made a great gains. Power of the meme coins. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, some people like serious investors. They hate on meme coins. I'm like, yo, you can't hate on meme coins because there's money to be made. I just, for me, I just invest responsibly in meme coins. I'm so scared of just like get like when I'm telling you guys, I've been rugged so many times like before in the past that I just had to create some type of system just to keep me safe. Um, it's all about safety, preserving capital. But let's go. Let me put it on the 15 minutes. Let's see here. Oh, this from the Shiba swap. Let's see if I could get another DEX pulled up. Because typically more on Shiba swap is above $1 on this one. Oh, okay. So this one just have more liquidity. So I guess it's straight because it has more liquidity. So on one DEX is at $1. On this one, it is at 99 cents. 97 cents, 99.5. Let's go. Hey man, as you guys coming in, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get more people on this space. Take a look at the price of bone. This is what we're talking about. Maybe we should start doing. I'm gonna try to commit because I know a lot of people have been asking to be able to do lives. I'm gonna try to commit like every Friday to come on here to try to talk about different cryptos, but talk about bone as well. But I'm gonna claim this. I'm the reason why bone is pumping. Let me just have this one, guys. I'm gonna tweet that out. I'm like, hey, I'm the reason why bone is pumping. And let me just share the live. See if we get more people in here. So can I have this one, guys? I don't ask for much. Watch, I'm about to get a lot of hate for this. But let's go. 98 cents. So Andy liked that idea. Every Friday sounds good. Yeah, because now the market's in itself, it's everything's looking pretty good. There's another layer too that I like because I think it has the potential. If I could find it. Yeah, it's not popping up. I don't know why. But this is the chain Bitrock. For some reason not popping up. That's weird. But yeah, it's Bitrock, I think. I'll find it later. Anyone watching the chart hard, look away, come back in 5 months. That's definitely good idea. Good idea for some people. Because if you're getting, if especially if you get really nervous, looking at the chart day in and day out, yeah, you just may have to just step away from the market, or size down, because that could just means that you have way too much position onto the onto whatever asset that you're in. That if you got a every single tick just makes you nervous, then you're not trading in a comfortable position, and that's gonna create a lot of mistakes. Because it's gonna get one day you're gonna be up, and this is and plus two, this is where a lot of FUD come from. Because people who are typically oversized, over leveraged on an asset, they'll celebrate it when we have this big rise. Oh yeah, Bone is the best asset in the world. I'm about to be a trillionaire. And as soon as we get like this small little retrace, it's like, oh my God, this is the scammiest token that you could ever buy. The team is not doing anything to protect my position on this token. And yeah, like if this retracement it scares you, then you might be over leveraged, or you just may have to step away from the market to be able to take a breather, because you should not be stressed in any of your position that you're in. Like all the position that I'm in, because and this is the game plan that I went into uh this coming, this bull cycle. Like when it was the bear cycle, I'm like, I'm not gonna just buy all at once at one particular spot, because I knew the bear market it was gonna be long, so we are gonna see just a constant downward pressure. So I set out support areas. I'm like, I'm gonna keep buying from support area to support area, so eventually once I get my full bag size, I'm not as stressed. Now that strategy right there, it works best during a bear cycle. Now that we're in a different cycle, we're almost like the prelude to a to the bull market. Sometimes you may have to just take a one shot, one kill, just like one position really quick, kind of like how JP did. He got in, made a quick $1,000, he called it a day. What happened to Binance Future voting? That's a very good question. I wasn't able to check it. Is their website down or something? Because I after a while it finished loading for me, but it says I think I had got like let me see what error it gave me. It was like a 404 error or something like that, or 504 error. Now it's working. Never mind. Let's see where Bone is at. So I had to use a VPN. So we're currently ranked number 6. Now before we had over 1,000 votes on Bone. Currently, right now, the vote is at 841. So some people took their voting out, um, and looks like they went to another asset. So yeah, we're ranked number 6 with 27,000 picks. So that's where we're currently at right now. How much dollar do you see Bone trading after Coinbase slash Binance listing? You said dollar volume. I think it should be at least in the hundreds of million. I think with 100 million daily volume consistently with Bone, that should get us in the teens, like above $10, like consistently. And the main reason why I say that because I look at other assets. Like if let me show you. I'm gonna do a quick filter So that way you guys can see volume. We're going to do 100 million in volume, just at the minimum. Apply that to the filter. Circulating supply, we're just going to do anywhere from 100 million to 200 million. Show results. And majority of these, and you could even take a look, like even waves, like one of my friend's brother made a lot of money on waves. I'll show you why or how. So this does 406 million per day. Yeah, like with waves, got all the way to like 50 something. And they were buying it like in the 80s. But I could see Bone realistically trading somewhere in the teens. And the other part of it, or why I think that, is overhead. Um, where is where have other people been trading Bone at, as far as like having a position on Bone? So if we look at past $3, there's not much overhead. Any overhead that we had before, when Shiba Swap was first launched, this was all people just selling based upon rewards. So this is exactly what happened. The rewards dropped, and people just started dumping, getting their rewards. Boom, 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 boom. But once we really pass this area right here, or first to two, then we pass roughly 330, 340, 350. Then really there's no overhead pressure as far as people who are stuck into Bone that's looking to sell, because all of these sellings right here, again, people receive airdrop tokens or minted tokens, and they just started selling just to get their reward, so they don't count. So I look at Bone only prior from this chart right here and going forward. Renamarts will be the new Da Vinci Jeremy in a few years. Da Vinci Jeremy. Is that the Bitcoin guy? I want to say I've seen that before. The name. This is a nice little up move right here for Bone, guys. And remember, we still got that listing coming on the 19th. Oh, that is him. Okay. Yeah, I just saw one of his videos today. I didn't realize how early he was into Bitcoin. I saw a video of him in 2013 saying like, "Hey, just get $1 of Bitcoin." That's crazy. Like, just to be that early. Like when I first got into Bitcoin, people were saying like, "Yeah, I missed a wave. Bitcoin's a scam." It's crazy, like how I my whole story of be like coming into crypto. It was through one of those pyramid schemes, those network marketing. Let me not say pyramid scheme, but network marketing. Uh, and with them, you had to have Bitcoin. So learned about Bitcoin through that. I didn't make money on the network marketing side, but I did make money on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin at the time was at like $800, guys. $800. And I had roughly 2.5 Bitcoin. Yep. I sold. That still haunts me to the day because thinking about like the 2.5 Bitcoin that I had at current price right now, crazy. And at the time, I thought I was a genius. I was like, yo, I'm the best trader ever. I sold my Bitcoin somewhere like in the $2,000 or $3,000 range. Like, oh my god, guys, it's laughable now. Like looking at Bitcoin where it's at, I was like, dang. See how this look. And a lot of these memes for me, I would buy them, but it's if they're on Ethereum, I'm avoiding because the type of capital that I want to put in a meme, I'm looking to literally just put $100 into it, and I want that $100 to yield me over $10,000. But if I'm trying to buy $100, if I'm investing $100, my gas fee in itself is gonna be like 40 bucks. So I'm already $40 in the hole. So I'm almost like 50% in the hole trying to buy a meme coin. So this is why like I hate buying anything on Ethereum. Ada said it will be the same for Bone. 100%, guys. 100%. Like everything about Bone, it makes sense. It makes 100% sense. And one thing about it too, I've been taking a lot of receipts, especially within my comment section. People who are like, Bone is a scam. Bone is not this. And anytime somebody just says something is a scam and they don't give you a reason why it's a scam, they have no clue about crypto. Because how many times do you see the word scam? Like the word scam doesn't even mean what it used to mean anymore because it's used so freely. Oh, this is not going up. This is a scam. Made a killing in the stock market during COVID. I heard about BTC a long time ago and regret listening to people calling it a scam back then. See, and that's exactly what I mean. Like anytime, this is one rule that I implement for myself. If someone can't explain to me how it's a scam, then I am not listening to you because I'm telling you that word is just like overused. Like, oh, this is a scam. And that's exactly what somebody told me too. I was like, well, I mean, if it's a scam, it's a scam. If Bone dropped to 60 cents, I'm loading up. Yeah, 100%. Because 60, that's a good support area. Because even if you take a look at let me get the TA, start a quick TA on Bone. Because right now, the next leg down as far as on Bone, since it's at a dollar, I like the dollar one better. And plus, this is where I did my TA at. You got this. Well, this is resistance, roughly around like 115 to 120. Let me pull up the line chart. But the next leg down, but yeah, 60 cents. That's a good support area. you look at how many times it touches 60, it touches one time, two times, three, then got above it, four, five, six, try to get above it, couldn't do it, and right back. So 60 is a good support area. Same as 80 cents as well too. That's the chart right here. 80 cents, bounce. Okay, how many times it touched 80? One, two, well, one, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it touched 80 cents 13 times in the course of, I guess, even more than that. But I'm dating from 2022. 13 times it touched 80 cents. It touched $2. One, two, three times. I even think it touched it right here too. It's just not showing up on the chart. I'm telling you, FOMOing in it's a habit that I don't think we all are gonna master. It's just that we just need to try to do our best just to minimize. Because there have been some projects that I was just like, yo, let me just FOMO in, which I did. This is a project that I FOMOed in on during this little dip, this bounce right here. This is another layer two. Like I'm attracted to layer twos that have low circulating supplies. And this is not nothing that I'm slamming, putting thousands of dollars into it because it's so low. 100 bucks into this with a 300 million circulating supply. If you get the 10, I'm looking at $100,000 with 100 or now $130 dollar investment. Like those are the type of odds that I like to see. Low supply at a low price. Let's see what's the other one. Still trying to find the. I think it's a ETH pair. See if I can pull up deck screen or maybe it's on there. That's crazy. That's not popping up. What's your take on K9 circulating supply? What's their circulating supply? Isn't it like 70 billion? Right? Is that right? Circulating supply like 70 billion? So this is it right here. This one circulating supply 100,000. It's a layer two, currently at 24 cents. So I look at it almost similar to like a bone like play. Um, but the only thing with it, the volume. If you look at their volume 705,000, they're not really much known. They're only on 4 exchanges. So if they start getting more exchanges, more capital start coming to the layer two, then it could do something. But K9, let's look at K9 circulating supply. So yeah, 76 billion. 76 billion is at three zeros. Market cap, so it's still stupidly low. Like I like when I say I like low circulating supplies, it also got a couple in where the pricing is at. So if it's something that have a higher circulating supply, I definitely need to see it at, have a couple of zeros behind it, or else it's not gonna make sense as far as where it could potentially go on the pricing. So yeah, K930s2242 definitely at a support area. Then again, the chart is just forming. So establishing if I have not gotten in a position, which I still have not myself, um, but yeah, getting in somewhere right here wouldn't be the worst choice. Yep, my favorite exchange is MEXC. That's where I buy majority of my assets at MEXC. And the reason why is that you don't have to KYC with them. And they're actually one of my that I sponsor. But I don't promote them that often though, because I don't like centralized exchanges at all. But I started turning a little bit towards it due to the fact of the Ethereum gas. So a lot of time, what I'll do, I'll buy it on the exchange, then just transfer the token out of my centralized exchange and put it onto my decentralized wallet. But yeah, they're the official sponsor of this channel, which I don't talk about. I'm waiting for Bone and draw or they got any other tokens y'all looking at? Take a look at this graph and see what else is happening in the market. This is crazy. This is like the biggest bubble. Pepe's down 12%. Thought Pepe was having a rebound. Take a look at Pepe. It's at 0.5089. Did anybody catch the live stream when I did the TA on Pepe? And I was like, okay, I think this could actually, at the minimum, get to 0.508. Floki, what's Floki doing? I got in a bag of Floki as well. Let's go, 98 cents. I would definitely love to see this candle get engulfed. So this is what I mean by engulf. So this is considered the red candle. So I want to see this green candle just like overshadow it, just like eat it up. So if this green candle that we're seeing right here can just, oh crap, new day. Never mind. What I was saying is if I wanted to see this candle in itself just like eat up this, because now we could have used this, and we could still use it as a fake breakdown. Like we would consider this little dip right here a fake breakdown. And I love seeing those type of things on the chart. Any like fake breakdown, because it gives, it just shows that the people, the bears, that they're trapped, or the bears, they got to get out their position. Like right around, like right here. Like I'll consider this dip as like a fake breakdown. But now if it goes and it can't break it, then this is just essentially just confirming that okay, this is gonna be breaking down. So definitely would love to see us above $1. Dollar, that's a psychological resistance area. So we're literally right there. 98 cents. Um, see how the volume looking like on bone. Overall volume in the market. So far, I think this got to get resetted though. Since a new candle was formed, but if this is correct, we're currently at 20 million, which is great. Beam. Have I had a chance to look at Beam? I have not. Let me see. Is it this one? Sheesh, that's a nice looking chart. What do they do? Yeah, this is a nice looking chart from point, especially where it came from point 204, now at 3 cents, approaching a nice. Got in at two nice, and I love the entry. I'm not gonna lie. You got in at 2 cents. You got in right in a nice consolidating area. Like I would, those type of trades. I love every single time. Let me get this into this. Like these right here, guys. This is what you just call good accumulation zone, guys. You accumulate. If I could get this to, there you go. Like sideways price action. These are the time that you like to get into any asset, because then you have a pretty nice defined risk area. If you're doing the one shot, one kill, as far as getting in a big position, then your exit should, where you get out of it, if the trade don't work out, because not all trades is going to work out, but you would have to get out if it breached below this level, because you're seeing the clear where the support is at. Once support is broken, then that means you have to get out. So getting in at 2 cents, This is a beautiful trade, like textbook. So Beam is gaming. Nice. Yeah, this is what you call textbook investing. Just like, let it, Beam did his thing. Like, okay, I'm not interested, during this run up. Let's just wait till we could get some established floors. That's where we started doing sideways consolidation, getting in at two after a long consolidation period. Then we get a breakout from, either you get a breakout or you get a breakdown. And if you would have got a breakdown, stop, take a loss, reassess the position, wait for another consolidation to happen. And now you could get in, even though you lost some money, you would have lost some money had it broken down. Now you would have gotten in at an even better price versus, holding around this area and just hoping for it to go back. But in your case, you bought it in, and after the consolidation period was over, it broke out. Now it's looking for higher heights. So big congrats, man. Johnny Five on BNB. Johnny Five. That's the robot, right? Yep, Johnny Five. What's that movie? I forgot the movie. This is having a nice pop too. Nice breakout patterns. And that's one thing that you'll consistently see, like for cryptos, like assets that break out. I love them because you could literally double your money every single time on these breakouts, like just day trading them or swing trading them. You know, got this resistance area. Once it breaks past the resistance area, you could always get in a position. And this is just another strategy as far as like, but this only works on breakouts. Like any other thing, I would avoid. But let me show you what I mean. This is a little bit more riskier, but I'm talking about like your entry. So breakout, and the way that I view a breakout is whenever it passes its all-time high. So if you look at the chart from, looking left, this at the time before it had this update, this was the all-time high. Once it breaks past its all-time high, you could always get a position, but one thing about it, if it breaks below this line right here, you have to get out because then you essentially just bought the top. So it is a little bit more riskier, but if you are able to capitalize on these breakouts, then you could for sure double your money in a short amount of time. So you would have got in anywhere in between here for the breakout. Could have rode the wave. Of course, you're not going to sell all the way at the top, but you have a few days just to be able to take some type of profit. And typically with breakouts, they tend to do go 100%. So that's always something to look at. And that was one of the main reason why I was able to call Pepe's on the live when I was like, "Hey, Pepe's gonna at least get to 0.580." All it was, guys, was just this breakout, and this is what I caught right here. Like right here. And again, before it had this run up right here, this was the all-time highs. Once it was able to break past its all-time highs, you just got a position there, ride it at least 100%. I'm talking about this is just a strategy strictly off of swing trading. Boom, pop up, you would have made bank. So this is why I'm eyeing. I mean, bone, but it's more long term. Bone is always long term for me. Oh, we're at 90 cents, 99 cents. Let's go. What other YouTubers do you like to watch? Um, I support a lot of other YouTubers. Like, I'll pop in on Zach's channel. When your pop make a video, I'll take a look at his. Um, you know who I haven't watched in a while, and I don't know if he still does it. Chad. As far as just like, and I pop in on them just in case if I've missed some type of news of what's happening within the ecosystem. I mean, I used to watch theirs a lot up until I did my channel because now I'm constantly looking for news myself. But prior before then, when it comes to anything related to Shiba Inu, I I'll pop in on them. Oh, we got a new listing. Is that what's happening? Let me take a look at Twitter or X. Will it go down soon, like always? Did we just get a new listing? Did I just get played, guys? Where did you see this at? I don't see anything dealing with Bone. Is this like official news or? Oh, well, no, this was. I don't see anything. Where did you see that at? Crypto Cache does the best TA. I'll take a look at his channel. A person posting in Coin Market Cap. Uh-oh. Is that $1? Let's go. Up 3.52%. See latest. 5 hours ago. Hopefully I'm not clicking on the scam. Uh-oh. We actually do. Appreciate that, Andy. Let me go ahead and retweet that so other people can see it. That's what I'm talking about. Get us another listing. Sure appreciate that, brother. Let's go. Maybe I should tag them too. I want to say that's the right people, right? On this. But just make sure. Are they the same one? Let me just make sure. Cause there's so many different. Yeah, that is them. Finance. All right. Put a little hashtag so the sheep army could know. Maybe that's why we're seeing this little pump. Is it might be live. Let's go. Uh, y'all able to hear? Man, I truly appreciate you guys. Like, this is fun for me. This is truly fun. Like talking about Bone. Um, and that was the whole purpose of the channel. Like why I created my channel, because I wanted to add just my trading background to it of how I look at different assets. Shibnoski, that might just be you, brother. Everybody else said that they could hear me. 100%. So you need to look at the bigger picture that all these projects are made to support Shibarium. The more projects equals the more transaction equals the more people need Bone. Definitely well said. Definitely well said. Like, I don't know if you guys caught this video, but fudders are just out here. Dang, we just got a new listing. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. I get excited, even, no matter how big or small the listing is, just seeing that, hey, we're listed on another platform. So this is exciting, guys. Yeah, let's take a look and see. I don't know how big there is. It could be. I mean, if I'm just hearing about it, more likely. But again, I mean, let's take a look and see. He even got a token. Exchange. Oh, they got a pro. Are we on the pro? Um, so 11, 24 hours, they do $11 million. Another thing that I like to look and just see like how many pairs they do have. I like to see assets that do a lot of not a lot of pairs, but have a lot of volume, but with a low amount of pairs. So far they're currently at over 200, 250. So they got quite a lot of pairs on their platform. 350. Because I don't want us just to be like another token that's just drowning on another exchange. Because then I look at it, and I know it's not equal distribution with that 11 million. Because I know majority of them might go to Bitcoin and Ethereum. But for what is left, so currently right now 544. But I don't. Let me know, guys. Do you think this is a sign? Because they just listed Metis. Am I even saying it right? Metis. But they just listed them. There was the 544th pair on their platform, and Bone is on Binance. I know I'm reading a little too deep into it, but hopefully it's like the signs from the heavens just saying, "Hey, Bone is about to get listed on Binance." Hopefully nobody just came in this live as soon as I say Bone is about to get listed on Binance. I can see people running with that. Random Mark said Bone's about to get listed on Binance. Oh, you can hear me now. Okay. That's correct. So anytime we see listings, depending on how much bone they get, that is more bone that is definitely getting locked away as far as having another wallet created. So the more this bone that's spread across, the less. Oh, I thought I read. Okay, I thought he just said bone is on crack at exchange like right now. Like what is happening? So what I was saying is, the more listing that we get, the more stable the price of bone is gonna be. As far as like, we're not gonna see big upward swings. Well, big upward swings and big downward swings as well. Because bone is definitely a super volatile asset. Like getting a few $1 million into it in a 24-hour period, you know, especially if people are day trading bone, you could be up 15, 20% and turn around, the next hour be down 20, 30%. But I like this. Let's look at Lido's like holder count. 44,000. But they got Binance on there. Kraken. But this is why I say like Bone is gonna be just fine, guys. Once we start getting more listings on it, because you could already see who owns majority of Bone. And keep in mind, the contract of Bone is renounced. So no changes that could be done. So whenever we start seeing like big names, like big exchanges eating away at, you know, whoever this whale is or whoever this whale is right here, like get some of these whales out the way, and we'll be in good position. Because look at Binance as far as like whales, how much the token balance. So a top whale on Binance right now is somebody who have 10 million, and that's the Binance wallet. And again, majority of these are projects, but look at the amount that top projects have: 230,000 BNB, 78,000 BNB. Now, some people that own Bone, they have well over hundreds of thousands of Bone. So as the price starts to go up, because even if you take a look at who is the top, yeah. So to be considered in the top 1,000 wallet holders on BNB right now, 33 BNB is the requirement. So that's why when people always ask me as far as like how much bone you need to have, and I always say like the number of bone that you need to have is really based upon your exit. But if you're looking to be there long term, then a lot of the whales that's in it, because again, if people see huge amount of money that's on the table, they're gonna take it. So it's gonna start dwindling down as far as like how much. Like we're seeing these millions of holding. Like this is gonna it's gonna shrink down drastically, because at a higher price, people are gonna sell, take profit. So some of the people that is holding, you know, 20,000 bone, they're gonna be considered some of the top whales. Or holding 1,000 bone, they're gonna be considered like top whales. But it's all about how long are you holding? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like $100 come, I'm not gonna be holding past that. Like I would literally have to be sleep. I'm sleeping. I wake up. I'm like, oh, bones at $200, just for me not to sell when it reached $100. And that's not even a guarantee as well, too. because that's another part of trading when it comes to emotions. Like when you see so much money on the table, it's like, and the fear factor that plays a part is like, oh my god, I'm up. Let's say you're up $250,000. Then next thing you know, it takes a nice little dip, and it gets you back down to like 190,000. And you might think to yourself like, oh my god, if this could only just get back to $250,000, I'm just gonna take profit. Like you're not, you know. And this is why I always say it's very, very important to have a plan, because you might just take it, and if you take it, it's not the end of the world, because now you're $250,000 richer. Yeah, but like if you hold that long, you eventually just becomes a well on in a project. Me, I don't take that approach. Like if it hits my target, then I am gonna leave just maybe I might just leave like a thousand bone on the table just for like my whatever bag. Like, okay, if you get to over, past $100, so be it. If it does it, so be it. Like that would just be my bag that I just leave. Solana right now seems to be the meme coin chain. All we need is one huge successful meme coin on Shibarium, then people might start using the chain and buying up on. That is 100% accurate. That's something that I called back in. I want to say I called this back in roughly around September, and that's one of the trends that I've been noticing. Whenever a chain gets super popular, it tends to be around a meme coin that explodes out of nowhere. So right now on Shibarium we do have one meme coin, which is Ralph. I got a piece just in case, because you never know when these meme tokens are gonna pop off. I'll even get Ralph pulled up, and I got a couple other ones too. But Ralph is the one that is considered to be the meme, and Ryoshi. Like I got a piece of this, which is a meme coin. If it starts exploding, then I think I'll be pretty rich. It's currently at point 40s 8342. So $100 into this, and again for me, I can't see myself spending more than $100 on any meme coin. Um, so that'll roughly give you 1.1 million. Let's take a look and see what is. I don't even know what the supply is on it. Let's see. Let's go to Shibarium scan and take a look. What is the. So 10 billion. 10 billion. I'll do some quick math. So billion market cap, because that's the standard that people try to go. Let's do 100 billion market cap with 10 billion token. It would roughly need to get to a penny. So penny times over a million. Oops. 1.198753. Looking at $11,000 with $100 if it gets to a billion 100 million market cap. Now, if it gets to a billion, then you could just add another zero. That would be over $100,000. And that's how I normally just play these memes. I'm like, okay. My target 65 for bone. Hey, that's a it's 65 is very, very doable. All right, let's see what else I miss. Everyone needs to buy bone while we can still afford it. Ryan is dead on, guys. Ryan is dead on. Volatility because low number of listings or other reasons too. Listings due to the pool. Because if you look at any pool on you got 4 million, 2 million, and after that, look at the liquidity. Only $31,000, 72,398. Like the liquidity of it is compact into just a few coins. But if more bone is spread around, then it could drastically help that because it helps the price to be a little bit more stable. RA, what's your take on Unification Fund and X Fund? Now, I never got into X Fund due to the fact of the pricing. Because when I was looking at it, I was saying normally if newer people, like if someone is coming into the market looking to buy a token, what do they tend to look at? And the answer is price. Because some people they don't know that they could buy a fraction of a token. Now, one thing about X Fund that I always love is the max supply of 10,000. But I end up picking Fund due to the fact that the price was lower, and I feel like people could see a number like $10 a coin versus seeing $50,000 a coin for X Fund, or even $100,000 a coin, especially if Bitcoin's not even there. And that was just my rationale behind not getting into X Fund. Now, I still think X Fund can do very, very well. But I like the overall projects when it comes to Fund. I just wish the team would just be more vocal, more active. They were more active, more eyes would be on it. I'm currently up on it. I got in on Fund. Got like my average is somewhere around like 23 cents. So I'm what up like 3 cents a coin now. Before my average was somewhere around like in the 15 cents, but I ended up buying like higher. But I think because of circulating supply, this has potential to getting above $1, but it needs more attention. And since the team is not actively, talking about it, then it's like, yeah, I can only do so much, you know what I mean? Due to the fact that my channel's not big enough. Shiba Doge is another one. Kind of excited because it has 16 zeros. Goodness gracious. Let's take a look at this one. 16 zeros. Shiba Doge. Is it this one or Sheep Doge? Because that one had the most liquidity there. Yep, 16 zeros. Let's take a look. Get the weekly. Yeah, see, I love charts like this, especially for a meme coin. Like when people look at charts like this, they're like, ugh, I don't like it. But when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, look at the opportunity. Because this is what I'm seeing right here. Spike ability. It has spike ability. It did it before, big run, and after the big run. And this is the common pattern that you'll see on a lot of charts. Let me take some of this out of the way. You'll see big spike followed by dump, boom, 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 and it gets down, and it just seems like it just dead. Like around this time, this is the time that I like to buy because your what I'm telling you, like your risk reward on some of these, this is the type of play you could slap anywhere from $10 to $100 into it, and you wouldn't lose any sleep. And just for you to turn around and just wake up like, oh my God, I'm up on this. And prime example of this, because this is the same exact chart, like, and you're even seeing the same thing for Shiba Inu. Pull up Sheep's chart. And I'm gonna show you guys a prime example of a token that I did the same thing to, which which is a meme. I put roughly maybe $50 into it, and I think my $50 now is at 500. Like the same exact chart. Like this pattern happens so much time again. So you had the big pop on Sheeb, then followed by the big death drop. Then during the consolidation period, that's the time to buy. Then out of nowhere, big pop, boop. Then you pattern repeats itself, consolidate for a little bit, then boop, there goes the next pop. Now since we're going into since we're in a bull market, I could continue to see this keep going higher, to eventually doing the same exact thing at an even higher spot. So as long as liquidity is locked on this, like why not just drop? And I wonder how many tokens it have. It must be a lot, especially if it's at 16 zeros. But and again, these would just be tokens that you're just getting in for a good time and not a long time. But yeah, let me pull up this one. It's petty. I like the narrative behind it due to the fact that it's literally Pepe's friend or whatever. And anytime Pepe starts to move, it moves with it. So here's the pattern right here. Look at had this big pop, boop, followed by this death drop, then all this consolidation. I got into this at like point 10 zeros. 10 zeros like three something. $50. He just dropped $50 on it. And out of nowhere, like I thought this was dead. This was a rug since it was pretty much dead or lifeless. The next thing you know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh crap, I'm up 10x. Like, let's go. I need to catch up on some of these comments. So what do you think about ETHFI coin? It's coming to Binance. Anytime I see any token coming to Binance, depending on, I like any coin that's on Binance because Binance, I feel like they did their research, they did their homework, they got people that are way smarter than me. In most cases, now it's not going to be 100%, but in most cases, um, these projects they should be legit. So if I'm looking at it, I'll just look for a better entry versus trying to buy it, near the top. Circulating supply. Hey, I actually like this even more. Circulating supply, 100 million. So I could see, I could see anything with like 100 million circulating supply. I could see those in a roughly in the double digits. If it's on its own blockchain, and I could see it in the triple digits. But yeah, if it's on Binance, it is all right with me. Dang, so I'm up on well, my target 65. Do any of these meme coins have any utility or are they just coins? Yeah, meme tokens, they have no utility. This is just, it is pure momentum traders. You have people who just love the momentum aspect of trading these assets. No, the thing is with the Binance listing, guys. So Ryan asks, do you have any clue when Binance will list us? Absolutely no clue. So heck, uh, what's in a well with a pod? Common name for a group of whales. Um, I don't understand the question. Is the question like what's considered a whale? Spectra AI. So this is an AI play. Sheesh, it's a nice chart now. See, as soon as I look at anything like this, I'm like, look, if I get in right now, I'm buying at the top. But the top is 112 roughly. It's at 69 cents. I look at all this downward, worst case scenario, get this asset getting all the way down. Something to look at, something to keep in my radar. Are they on any other area other than? Let's take a look here. But yeah, I definitely like this. Let me put a little star beside it. So only on Uniswap. I definitely love to see more listings. More listings. Other than that, the chart of it pretty good. As as a Shabir influencer, I think you might have to make a meme coin on Shabir. You think that's the thing? I couldn't see myself as a project manager or project dev or CEO because it requires too much attention because there's so much moving parts in the background. Like I helped the project out before as far as like being um a consultant in a sense and just seeing the type of work that they had to put in, I was like, yo, I couldn't do this. That definitely was a big learning experience, but just seeing like how devs operate in the background, how CEOs operate in the background when it comes to crypto, and really the only thing that I was able to offer to them at the time is just like market insight as far as like with charting, um, how psychology of crypto and stuff like that or investors. That's like one of my strengths. But couple of hundred, you have hundreds of quadrillion. That is a lot of tokens. Will Shiba Inu reach $1? Just started investing, definitely going to pick up other crypto coins. $1. This is why I never say never, but the probability of it happening is not looking good for it to reach $1 because a lot have to happen. It's not even dealing with the market cap. It just how much money would need to be poured into it for it to reach $1. Now, there's artificial ways to be able to counteract with the supply. And most people don't realize, like, if you stake away your token, that'll help. So if more people get their Shiba Inu off of exchanges, that'll help. Because the while you have your tokens or your coins on it, and I know some people can't because of some people express like as far as with eToro or these other exchanges, you can't withdraw your money without having to sell it. But like the people who have it on crypto.com, Binance, Robinhood, um, like if you're able to minimize the amount that's left on these exchange, what it's gonna end up doing is forcing them because they have to have a certain amount of supply available as far as inventory, just in case if a pump start to happen, for them to be able to keep up with the market demand. So sometimes, and this is what I've heard from other people, um, let's say if the asset starts to pump, they would almost lend out your crypto to somebody else before they could restock them themselves. So if less is available, then they would have to go to the open market just to be able to buy more of those tokens, more of Sheeb. But people only focus, they have their mind just set so laser focused on burns, but they could do something as easily as just taking their token out of out of these exchanges and just putting it into a decentralized wallet, and that'll help with how much is currently available to these exchanges and forcing them to go out to the open market and buy it. So it definitely would be a collective effort, but a lot of people that's within Shiba Inu, they're not investors and they only think about like when moon, when not pump, or why not pump. And moving forward, like we definitely got to get out of mindset of just of meme because again, with the meme coin, like yeah, they're fun. You can make a lot of money with it, but the way that Shiba Inu is currently at right now, it still could pump or it's still gonna pump, but it may not be as hard as a lot of people are expecting it because we're in the 11th spot right now. So we're in the 11th spot. Like, how many spaces can we actually go? Versus, if we look at this book of memes, what there? Let's take a look. They're at least in the top 100. But book of memes, they have so many room to be able to go up. Like, hopefully that makes sense. Lots of bots on Twitter. Thanks for the info. Brett doing well on base. Maybe Ralph could do the same for Shibarium. Maybe worth the put. Yeah, 100%. And that's why I got into Ralph due to the fact that there's always like each chain. Kulo, I think that was one of them. That did pretty well. And that was I want to say a Polygon meme. I think this is it right here. And I just remember from the song Kulo. Yeah. But they did pretty well. And it exploded out of nowhere. And I know a lot of people made some money. And I remember, and here it is. It's coming from roughly what, one, two, three, four, five zeros. Is it five zeros or is it six zeros? I think it's six. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five zeros, one, and it got all the way to a high of 0.406. So a nice 10xer. Is there an example of a coin listed on Binance currently that has the same volatility as Bone? What do you mean, like same volatility? Like it, like same number or same place? The only other one that I could think of was, but it's not the same circulate supply. So I took profits on Bone, but I still have 2,000 tokens because I bought at 10 cents last year. That is crazy, brother. 10 cents? That's like the buy of the lifetime. Sheesh. Hey, but as long as you still have some, I mean, you already took profits, so you can't go wrong from taking any profits. Like you do not go broke from taking profits. A dollar not enough, but I got $4,000 of Shiba Inu. I don't need it to hit a dollar. That quadrillion is for the Shiba dog. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, once I see 16 zeros, I know it has a big supply. What's going on, Chris? That bone never reached the 10 cents. I think it went like 20 some cents. And that was 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look. Let's take a look at the charts. Do 1 week. All right. Yeah, the lowest it got was in 2022. I hate this little wick thing right here. See if I could change this into a monthly. Yeah, it was like during the FTX. I want to say the lowest it got like 29 or 30 or something like that. According to this, it was like 36 or 31. Okay, so 31 was the low back in June. At least with the Shiba swap pair right here. Windbone moon soon or right now. Let's see a moon. We're at 99 cents. We're testing that dollar right here. Dollar is that psychological resistance line. People tend to want to sell like at whole numbers. Like if and that's why $100 is gonna be like probably a good resistance area because it's a nice smooth whole dollar mark. So we get past the dollar, and we could be potentially be trading next around in the dollar twenties. Guys, do me a huge favor and hit that like button as you're coming in. If you have not, go ahead and hit that like button. If Shiba Doge get down to 10 zeros, you would make 500,000 for every 50 quadrillion. Hey, don't tempt me with a good time. They spoofed the chart and bumped the numbers up double to triple of what they actually was because Bitcoin was at 15K, but now the chart says the lowest is 25K. Um, it probably is all depending on where you're looking at it. Because if you go to Coin Market Cap, and I know some pools are different as well too. So if we look at changing to the, I definitely got it under low of 15,000. You can see it right there popping up. Low $15,599.05. And now again, these data that's popping up, it is a collective of different pricing on different chains. So roughly we could say 15,000 for Bitcoin. But for Bone, because I want to say I remember that day too. Because I was gonna pull the trigger. I was like, yeah, maybe I could wait because if it would got 10 cents, I definitely got some. I was like, yeah, maybe it could get down. Cause I think I was waiting for 20 cents, if I'm not mistaken, and I that never came, so I didn't get any on that dip. So with this, it has the low as 30 cents. Yep, low 30 cents, and that was back in that was June. That was May 15th, 2022. You almost got liquidated trading leverage. How much leverage were you on, Floki? What was the circulating supply for Shiba when it hits all time high? Roughly around the same. Like there's not much that happened. So between that time, circulating supply is like what 559 trillion or something like that. So that's I don't think we burnt a trillion yet. Hado Yoda says, "Hey, Random Arts, nice to see you doing live streams." I said I was gonna do it. I said I was gonna start doing some live streams. I'm gonna try to commit to try to do this like every Fridays, just to be able to talk with you guys, seeing how you guys are, especially with this bull market, guys. Super, super exciting time. What do you think about Floki? I think it's better than Sheeb. I bought Floki. I bought Floki right before that run up. Not a big amount. It's fairly small, but I like Floki because this is what I look at when it comes to Floki. It's gonna run with Shiba Inu. Like that's a sector in itself. You got the Doge, you got Shiba Inu, you got Floki. I even seen Kishu Inu, and I still have some Kishu Inu as well too. This is Kishu. Yeah, this is it right here. It's like once everything starts to pump, and it had this nice little blimp right here. Now, one thing about Kishu Inu, I'm disappointed in myself. I did not sell on this pump right here. I think like for Kishu Inu, I'm still down about like $800. So on this move right here, I was up nicely, but I did not sell. I just been holding on to it throughout this whole bear market. But for Floki, I got in almost perfect timing, guys. I got in on, let's say, like one of these days right here before it did this. So I like it. I think it's gonna have like a period of consolidation to be able to consolidate these gains. Because if it could do that, then you're gonna be able to start seeing it have another leg higher. There was a correction that time, and they bought the supply. No, they did not add. See, that is the when it comes to contracts. And this is another thing. This is like I remember when that big flood fest was happening. They're like, "Oh my God, the team added more Shiba Inu." No, that's not true. Because when it comes to any contract, you could have a renounced contract, or you could have a contract that is owned by somebody else or owned by a wallet. Shiba Inu's contract from day one, well, I can't tell you if it was from day one, but before we had any significant run on Shiba Inu, the contract of Shiba Inu was renounced, meaning nobody could make any alteration to it. The glitch is on Coin Market Cap. Keep in mind, Coin Market Cap is a platform. They're pulling data. At the time they wasn't pulling the correct data. Because even right now, and this could even be a fud fest that may happen, and I'm already calling this out. Once they finally realize as far as the true circulating supply of bone, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, something happened. The team happened, or something." But when it comes to, let me go back to it. When it comes to Coin Market Cap, whenever they're pulling data, They're pulling data directly from Etherscan. Now, apart from Etherscan, they have to get the correct circulating supply based upon these wallets right here. They were not calculating all of these wallets because there's another wallet that's considered the burn wallet. So all of this, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't lie on the blockchain, and that's why like a lot of newbie investors, they, I guess you don't know what you don't know. So if you hear enough people say something, you automatically believe it. And I was super surprised by like, wow, this is actually the fund that literally caused the the downward pressure or the selling pressure or stop the momentum of Shiba Inu, all due to a lie. Not only all due to a lie, but due to people who don't understand. And that's why I say, like, in this space, there is huge opportunity when it comes to learning. But if they're not allocating the correct wallets, as far as to show up on their platform, to give the people who are coming on here just a quick pop just to see what's the circulating supply. Because keep in mind, market cap, if you change circulating supply, it changed the market cap. Now, market cap have no bearing on pricing as far as like what the crypto asset is. Like if you change this circulating supply, it would automatically change the market cap, right? But the price would still stay the same. Like hopefully that makes sense to some people. Because let's say, okay, let's say market cap, okay, market cap right now is at $17 billion, right? And the formula to be able to get market cap is circulating supply times price equals market cap. If you change this, the price is the price. So the price is fixed. I mean, not fixed, but the price is whatever the price is currently right now. So if I change this, the only thing that's going to change is the market cap. The price is not going to get affected. And what people tend to do, they tend to go for market cap first. Like whenever you're trying to figure out where in assets, like if it was at like 20 million market cap, this is when you will start with the formula with market cap. But you never start with market cap on anything. You know, you wouldn't market cap divided by circulating supply to get to the price. That's how you figure out like future pricing or like. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Oh, you got the point. Okay, good. Didn't want to keep beating a dead horse. 5x leverage more than that, I would have been liquidated. Yeah, I never. When every time I do any leverage, I don't do more than five. Where did you buy bone at? 10 cents. I've been following the chart for 2022. I never had that happen. What's the best strategy for you taking profit when leveraging trading? Taking profit each time, all time high is reached. Ooh, when it comes, see, if I'm using leverage due to the fact that liquidation is a looming thing over me, I tend to just take profits whenever I'm up over 100%. Like I swing trade it. I don't do any long term due to liquidation because that could happen literally at any time. Someone could sneeze, the next thing you know, I'm liquidated. Like, oh crap, all my gains is gone. So I don't have a real strategy for anything long term. But short term, if I'm up 100%, I'm taking it. No, the all-time high was correct. All-time high is correct. Like changing the supply doesn't affect, you know, keep in mind everything that's happening on the blockchain, it's already there. So what you're seeing on coin market cap is what's being perceived as. So all the supply was already there. What was in supply, it's almost like if I put two fingers behind my back and you're looking at me, but you don't see that I have two fingers behind my back. Like because you don't see it does not mean I don't have two fingers behind my back. You know what I mean? So that was the same thing for the supply of Sheeb. All the supply was already there, but what was being reported by Coin Market Cap, that was the error. So the price that it was, that it was at all time high, that was the exact price. Because anytime you make any adjustments to what's being reported, then it changed the value of this, but it does not change the value of the price. So with the formula is price times supply equals the market cap. So I put the C equals market cap. This is the formula. So if you do the formula any other way, like market cap divided by either supply or price, then that's a complete different formula. Like if you do market cap divided by supply equals price, this is to find out future price. Like what would the price be if the market cap is this? Because now you're playing around with the variable. These right here, these are set numbers. The price is whatever the price is, the supply is whatever supply is. And I'm talking about like on a renounced contract, meaning that you can't make any changes to the supply. So that's the biggest lesson to it. Contracts renounced. There's no adding any tokens into it because at the end of the day, it's code. And if more token was added to it, it would have popped up on the blockchain. So that's why for me, when it comes to anything like I see on Coin Market Cap, when it comes to like market cap, circulating supply, I take it with a grain of salt. Um, and I just do my own numbers myself. Like seeing this right here says circulating supply is 229 million for bone. This is actually incorrect. This is super incorrect. So eventually, once bones start getting attention, that's going to get adjusted and it's going to affect the market cap value. And that's going to be another FUD fest again. And I'm already calling it out because I know it's going to happen. How do you verify a dead wallet? So the way you verify a dead wallet is it'll tell you on there. It'll say null. Let me go to Sheebs. That's bone. All right, this is Sheeb. All right, it tells you no. Then normally it's like OX dead followed by some zeros. So that's how you know it's a dead wallet. Whatever I do it based upon the percentage when it comes to profiting on leverage. So if I'm up 100% based upon the percentage, then I'm just taking all that profit out. Oh, you got my point. Okay. Hook is in the house. What's going on, brother? So where we at on Bone? 98 cents still.
John F. Drost, PhD, ABMP subscribed to the channel.
Appreciate you subscribing, my brother. See, leash, it's hard to predict with leash because I don't have anything as far as to be able to be like, hey, this is the reason why leash is gonna do this and this. Because the only thing leash is good for as of right now is the exclusivity. So if there's not like an upcoming event or upcoming drop, upcoming release, then it's like I don't know what leash is gonna do. But I know for sure though, Shiba Inu pumps, leash is gonna pump. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy. Brian said it would be $2.25 to buy that 50 quadrillion. Yeah, slap $2 into it. What are the odds that Binance or Coinbase is buying up Bone during this pullback for a possible listing? Let's take a look. I mean, unless if they're using other wallets. I but that's the thing. I think if we're on Binance's website, guys, I think we're gonna get listed because I'm pretty sure they saw the numbers when we had that nice little pump. Because normally they do a listing as far as announce a listing early of the month, then towards the end of the month. So if we get a listing in March, I'll take it. But I definitely would love to see. I would have loved to see Shiba Swap 2.0 come out now. Like I would love to see just one day I pop up on here and I see a Binance. Got L Bank Hot Wallet, MEXC, Drinking Buddy, Crypto.com. I'm telling you, if I had 100,000, I would slap that onto Bone, and that would have been like a nice, easy $1 million at 10, like an easy meal. And whoever were buying Bone at like 60 cents, drop 100K there. Bone at $6, easy meal. Do the math; it will make you very excited about having a great time. What's happening on X right now? Say I gotta live stream more often. Oh boy. Come on, Binance, tighten up with the listing. Do you think Bone could hit $100? That's a 25 billion market cap. I think it could hit $100, but as far as what the market cap is, keep in mind, like I was mentioning, with the market cap, if you're using I'm not crypto, but coin market cap number, then the market cap wouldn't be correct. I don't know if that's the number that you're using. Because remember, it's price times circulating supply equals market cap. But that would be like $22 billion. The circulating supply that I calculated was 180 million. So market cap would roughly be around like 180. I mean 18 billion. But either way, I mean, and this is what we got to think about it too. If Bitcoin, because as Bitcoin goes higher, it drags everything up with it. Because people are like, oh, I don't see this asset getting to this market cap. Like people were saying the same thing about Doge. They never thought Doge would get to $1 billion market cap because at the time Bitcoin in itself was just peaking a little bit above a billion. But as prices go higher, the market cap goes higher. So 25 million, that's more doable because for the longest, guys, back in 2017, 2018, the only asset at that time that was above $1 billion market cap was Bitcoin and I think Ethereum as well too. Let me see if I can pull up the way back machine so that way you guys could be able to see. So anytime people try to make the argument like, oh, the market cap would have to be this, like these type of people that you do not need to listen to because they don't understand like and and this is the advantage that I have as far as being in the space before. Let me get that pulled up. Coin market cap back in, let's pull it back to 2018, guys. Just gonna pick a random spot. Let's go October 11th. So we're gonna take a look at this. So if I get this pulled up. All right. So back in the day, there was roughly what 16. So there was 16 cryptos that was above $1 billion market cap. So let's get, matter of fact, let me pick a different date when I first got into the space because this is when people were saying that Dogecoin would never be able to do that. So let's pick 2016. Let's do August. Oh, it's still spinning. All right. So 2016, this is what they were saying because they were looking at market cap. So at that time, if you would have been like, oh, I think And this is the mindset of people like, oh, I think Doge would be able to get to a penny. So if it gets to a penny, that they'll look at do a little quick formula, like up, look at the market cap. Nope, because that means it would have been the number two crypto right behind Bitcoin. But keep in mind, this was the top of Bitcoin. I mean, this is when Bitcoin was at like $574. As things continue to go higher and higher, the market cap of every single assets they start to go higher and higher. So now, if you do the formula, like, trying to figure out what would be the price, or if Bitcoin reaches, let me pull it up. And many people say like, hey, they think Bitcoin could get to like 200,000, right? $200,000. That's 200 million, but $200,000 Bitcoin. So price times circulating supply, which is 19,655,000, blah blah blah. So then the market cap of Bitcoin would be at 3.9 trillion. 3.9 trillion. Then of course Ethereum market cap, that's gonna go up as well too. Then every single other asset that may have been probably trading in the hundreds of millions in market cap would start becoming $1 billion market cap. So that's how things are gonna progress. So when it comes to market cap, like I never look at it as like the end all be all as far as whether an asset is gonna go to a certain spot. So I always look at Bitcoin, like how high can Bitcoin go? If Bitcoin can continue to keep going higher, then any other asset below it, they're gonna continue to go higher as well too. Anyone with 2K can get any coin on Binance Futures leaderboard, and my understanding, Binance didn't put them on there. It was the community members. Oh, community members. Okay. Do you think Bone? All right, that one. How altcoins tied to Bitcoin that drags them up because of liquidity pool. Most pools that you see, like as far as like when you look at it's two different things. There's the sentiment behind it when it comes to crypto in general. If Bitcoin is doing well, other assets is going to do well as well. And you have Ethereum. Ethereum is heavily tied to Bitcoin as far as like when it comes to pairing. So you have Ethereum pairs that's linked to Bitcoin pairs. Then you have other cryptos that are built on top of the Ethereum chain, like Shiba Inu. It's an Ethereum based token. So because it's an Ethereum based token, the pool of SHIB is also with Ethereum. So when Bitcoin is going up, it automatically drives Ethereum up with it. Then whatever token that's on the Ethereum chain, that also drags it up as well. Now, if you look at Solana, why Solana's doing so well, like you see $185 Solana, this is why a lot of the meme coins on Solana is doing well because they're on that chain. So as Solana continue to keep going up, those cryptos that's on Solana chain, they're just another liquidity with Solana. Like that book of memes that just came out. That's a Solana token. Some of the pairs that they have is with Solana, so Solana keep going up higher, and it's gonna also drag that token as well too. Like some tokens, like even if they don't have volume, as long as if they're on that chain, they get that bump up because of the pricing of that underlying asset. I think Bone will be huge because it's the gas token with dog meat vibes. I think that as well too. XRP might skip this bull run too. XRP seem to be skipping all the bull runs. The reason I don't like XR, it's not that I don't like it. I would want to see like major adoption for XRP, like all across banks and stuff like that. Because right now, the supply of it is just way too high, and the volume that it needs to consistently do to be able to see like huge run up need to outpower. Well, this is the circulating supply. So 3 billion is not cutting it. So maybe 10 billion per day. Then you'll probably start to see uh, run up. And these are the two things that I always look at: volume, circulating supply, just to be able to give me somewhat of a picture of how high an asset needs to go. Because if it's not seeing volume and it has a big supply, then it's going to be pretty hard for that asset to maintain its gains as well as trading higher. And I made a video talking about how Solana, because people look at Solana and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. Um, but really, when you just break it down to the simplest form, it's just supply and demand. Um, Prior to Solana having its coming from like $10, it was doing under, like right here. Look at the volume. 24 hours was $278 million. Then 520 million. Then out of nowhere on October, we'll say October 20th, 2023, it did 1 billion in volume. And ever since that day, probably 99% of the days, it did over $1 billion. So with over $1 billion coming into an asset that have 443 million circulating supply, it's overwhelming. It's eating away at this supply. And this is why you constantly just seeing Solana continue to keep going up and up and up and up and up. And that's what I always say with Bone. As soon as we start seeing a lot of demand for Bone, and also too, look at the markets that it's at. Binance, KuCoin, Coinbase. And when people try to make the comparison of why Bone is not moving like Solana, I'm like, well, you got to look at what Solana has. It has Binance, it has Coinbase. Like, look where the majority of the volume is coming at. $2.9 billion coming from Binance. So Binance brings a lot of volume. So with that consistency flow of it doing a billion, like if you go back and just just retrace Solana's movement, you'll see the volume is just overwhelming it. And as it continues to keep going higher, the volume has to increase to keep up with the higher pricing. So if we see $1 billion start pumping into Bone consistently for the next 30 days or so, we'll be above $100. Could Bone be paired with BTC? Would that be a good thing? Yeah, it could be paired with BTC, but keep in mind, Bone at the end of the day is still an Ethereum based token. So even when that's why I told people, like, even if Bone at the bare minimum does not do anything, the fact that it's Ethereum based token is still gonna go up. It won't go as up to $100, but it's still gonna go up. Guys, I am hitting that 10 p.m. where I'm at currently right now. So I'm about to call it a wrap for tonight. I really enjoyed you guys. So before you leave, do me a big favor. If you have not hit that like button, go ahead and hit it, as well as hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet. But really, guys, that's all I have for you today.